Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bad Attitude Sessions. If you are listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcast, you can go watch the video version of this podcast by going to the Real Undisputed Wrestling YouTube channel and watching this. This is live on YouTube first. However, it will be uploaded as an audio to Spotify or Apple Music. I'd say probably tomorrow if you're watching this live on YouTube. I just decided that I would do an open night now. As I mentioned, for those listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast, this is live on YouTube first. So any other reactions, that is live. So even though you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, the reactions aren't live. However, since this is live on YouTube first, they are live. So anything I react to, live reactions, just don't get confused. I've had people get confused at that before. Like, oh, why did it seem like you were doing that? Like, that's why. Okay. Anyway, I decided I would do an open mic night because why not? I've got a lot on my mind. You know, I've went on social media past couple of weeks and I've laid out challenges to a handful of people. And one of those people just so happened to be the hardcore king, or as I like to call him, the hardcore peasant, your supposed hardcore champion, Atomic Titan. Titan, listen to me, okay? You can say whatever you want. You can say any and all bullshit that you want, okay? The moment I step into the ring with you, because I have been underestimated for my whole career, really. The moment I step into the ring with you, Titan, it's over, okay? We end this debate. And you want to sit here and say, yeah, we're ending this debate. We're ending this debate because I tell you that I'm the best. Titan, no. When I step into the ring with you, the games are over, okay? I have been underestimated by everybody for way too long. And the nemesis James Taylor, you know, I appeared on his podcast a few nights ago, and James Taylor wants to sit here and say that so in that podcast, in the nemesis sessions that I did with James Taylor, Atomic Titan was also in that, and so was the Reverend Tom Bryce. Tom Bryce, you are an amazing sportscaster. I think that's how you say it. You are an amazing radio host. Keep doing you. You are amazing. Maybe, hopefully, one of these days, probably within the next week or so, I can appear on SportsWire Radio, and you can ask me anything that you'd like to ask me. But back to what I was saying. When I appeared on the Nemesis Sessions with James Taylor, Atomic Titan was there, and so was the Reverend Tom Bryce. And I mentioned the fact that I want to have a hardcore match with Atomic Titan. And then Titan came over here and he said that he would do this to me and he would do that to me and he'd hit me with this and he'd put me through this kind of torture. But I also mentioned the fact that everything that he mentioned, I would love for him to do. See, I don't think people understand. I'm the type of wrestler where if you cut me open, yes, it hurts and I'm bleeding. But on the inside, I'm smiling because I've worked my ass off for this moment. Cut me open, make me bleed. The nemesis James Taylor wants to sit here and say that I don't have the balls to get cut by a pizza cutter. I don't have the balls to get hit with a steel chair. I don't have the balls to get hit with a glass tube. My guy, as I've already stated, I have been underestimated for far too long. That ends now. Open mic night on the Bad Attitude Sessions podcast, so I say what I want to say. Guys like Atomic Titan, guys like James Taylor, they want to underestimate me because I don't have much experience. You don't know what it's like. I know exactly what it's like, okay? My whole life has been full of trial, tribulation, and torture. All the pain up here mentally, I want that pain to be brought to me physically. So anytime I sit here and I say, I want you to do this to me, I mean it. Cut me open, hit me with a chair, smash me with a glass tube, do something. Because then, and only then, will I know that maybe guys like Atomic Titan and guys like James Taylor have earned that respect because they have the audacity to do this to their opponent. However, guys like me should be respected more because we are willing to go through that. Underestimated for far, far too long. And that ends now. All right? It's open mic night on the Bad Attitude Sessions podcast. Whether you're listening to this live on YouTube or whether you're listening to this live, well, not live, whether you're listening to this live on YouTube, whether you're listening to this afterwards on Spotify or Apple Podcast, the Bad Attitude Sessions is in full effect. Open mic. I've said pretty much anything that I've wanted to say. All right? I've said all I can say. I've been underestimated for far too long, and that ends now. All right? Well, it looks like we have a guest.
Surprised to see me?
A little. I thought you retired. I thought you were out of here. I thought you were gone.
You think I'm retired? So that's why you say all that stuff about me on the podcast yesterday? You scared to say it to my face? Wait till I retire to talk all that. When I left the influence, you stayed silent until I left.
I stayed silent until you left?
Did I not just say that?
I mean, you're wrong. Because after you left, that's when I started doing all the talking. But I was doing all the talking even before you left. Because you want to sit here and say that you wanted to form your own faction out of guys that didn't even deserve to be in Real Undisputed Wrestling. You wanted to rehire.
No, I did, because you used your EVP or whatever you are to fire everybody. Because you knew that they were valuable competition. You just wanted to keep your title.
Valuable competition? Have you seen Ben and El Chapo? Valuable competition?
And they're amazing talents. So, you know what? I'm putting this out there. If you're watching Ben and El Chapo, I want y'all back. I can't do anything because I'm not part of the company no more, but this is the exact reason why I left.
Coming back.
They better. This is why I left. You're the reason why I left.
Oh, I'm the reason you left. Okay, then why don't you enlighten me? What did I do?
You do. Let's see. Who owns the company and who put the shop on them?
I own the company.
And you put the shop on yourself because, one who deserves that shop, Drake Danger.
Drake Danger. The man who proved that he wasn't worthy of holding a world championship. He only said one thing after holding that title, and then for a solid year, didn't say shit.
Hey, nothing wrong doing that. Nothing wrong doing that.
There's everything wrong with doing that. If you work for RUW, you are expected to show up.
You see, you try so much to make you special. You have the music. You have all the gimmicks. What do I do to make myself special? I talk. That's all I need to feel special. But no, you need so much to save you.
Okay, let's get this out of the way. Yes, me and you are different. The fact that I've had a match and you haven't, enough said. However, here's the thing, Mark. There are people, I have been dealing with people like you since you retired. And you retired because you're scared. That's the thing. I have to deal with people.
Scared. I retired to leave RUW. I found a way. I'm off to find a way better competition than RUW. Like,
is that working out for you? Better competition? I dare you to find something better than the talent and the caliber that you will find in this promotion.
Talents. You call that talent?
It is talent. I've defeated Destroyer not once, but actually no, I did defeat him only once. Sorry, maybe that concussion I suffered had me thinking a little weird. But I have defeated the Intercontinental Champion. Enough said.
Same. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Have a match. Why don't you come back? Why don't you have a match and prove that you are indeed, as you say, better than me?
Hold on, come back. Like this. Like, you need so, like going out to my previous point, you need so much to be special. Look. Oh my God! I'm the Soul Taker! I'm the Soul Taker! Ooh, spooky! I got a mask on!
Mark Jones, listen. Only pussies hide behind masks. And that says more about you than it does me.
It's really funny you say that. Don't Soul Taker come to the mask with their mask? Don't Soul Taker come to the ring with the mask on?
Yes. However, the Soul Taker is not me.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Come to think about this, y'all. Have you ever seen Alexander Souls and the Soul Taker in the same room?
I mean, granted, maybe the Soul Taker is me. I think everyone knows that the voice behind the Soul Taker is mine.
But to be fair.
However, they are two different entities.
Who do you think you are? Bray Wyatt?
Hey man, rest in peace, Bray. But I am no damn Bray Wyatt. Even though my finisher might be that of the Sister Abigail, but it's called the go fuck yourself because that's the type of attitude that I have when I step into the ring.
I'm so edgy. Ooh, so edgy. Oh, GFY, ooh.
GFY, bro. GFY, Mark.
That's kind of the stuff you see in GCW, but even in GCW, stars have way more talent than whatever you're doing.
That's because GCW is professional and RUW has yet to get there. Give us a minute, Mark.
5 years. You've been saying, oh, RUW since 2020.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations. You did your research.
Yep. Y'all applaud me. I did my research.
Why don't you go to the official RUW website and do more of your research?
I've been there. First of all, I want to, you know what? I have a lot of requests for that website. Number one, take me off that website. I never want to be associated with RUW ever again.
Too late. You're here.
I'm telling you now, this is the final time you'll ever see me in RUW. So, you know what? Yeah, let's make this bad attitude session with Mark Jones part 2. Give me the spotlight. Come on.
The spotlight's all yours. You can say whatever you want to say.
Hold on. All right. Let's see. Like, have you ever wondered why your influence never took off?
The influence never took off because no one ever had what it proved to, hold the talent and the caliber that I have. I'm the only member.
I'm talking. No, I had a faction. The Refluence. And what'd you do with all them?
That faction was never officially made, dog. You had the idea of making that faction after 2 out of the 3 members of the faction have already been fired.
But you could have brought him back
And why would I do that?
because
I need
adds more competition to the room. You know.
competition. Sir, Drake Danger was more competition than Ben and El Chapo ever will be. And Drake only had 1 match.
And how many matches have you had in RUW?
In RUW, 1.
Exactly.
Blame WEF. That's not my fault.
Some could beg to differ.
Okay, then why don't you enlighten me, Mr. Jones? Mr. Jones, why don't you enlighten me, Mark, and tell me how that was my fault?
I'll tell you. Let me demonstrate. You see,
Oh, you're going to demonstrate.
this Rubik's Cube is WEF. You see, one move can change everything, right?
Uh-huh.
So this one move was you joining WEF, and then you scrambled everything like this, and it got all messed up.
How was that my fault, though?
There was no problems in WEF until you decided to join.
Sir, have you even watched WEF product before I joined?
Didn't care to watch it. Didn't care to watch your stuff either.
Okay. You don't have to watch my stuff.
I just saw a tweet that sent to me from Ghost. I don't play for the park no more, but I saw somebody called Ghost calling me out. You too.
Oh, we both called you out because we both say that you're scared. That was the only reason you retired. And we both agreed that you needed to say something. But I guess everybody here is lucky because you finally had the audacity to appear on the Bad Attitude Sessions for the first time in a long time.
Hey, I tried to be humble last time. Last time we sat down, we had a good talk about everything. We had a nice, fun, civil conversation. But after what you did to me yesterday, I have no respect for the business or your product. You know what?
No respect for the business or the product at all.
That's at all whatsoever.
And you retired because of me.
If you left RUW, gave me ownership, then I could take this company from way down here to the top.
Sir, if I gave you ownership, you would be making the worst decision of your life by agreeing to rehire Ben and El Chapo. That's the first mistake that I made. I admit that was a mistake. Having Ben and El Chapo be a part of RUW, they didn't have the talent. They treated RUW as a joke, and you know this. If you ever owned RUW, and if I ever saw or heard Ben and El Chapo's voice or saw their face in RUW ever again with you as the owner, I'm done.
Y'all, since he's going to continually talk like this, let me tell you a little story about Alexander Souls. Not too long after I left, he offered me a contract. A Legends contract deal. I decided to sign it. This right here. You know
what? The contract that I gave you. Oh, are you tearing up that contract? Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, Alexander is so sad. He is so distraught. No, not our Legends contract, Mark.
I'm done. You know what? Yeah.
Well, I guess you'll never be a part of the Hall of Fame.
Oh, the Hall of Fame. Ooh, Hall of Fame. I don't need no Hall of Fame.
But you want me to tell you who is a future Hall of Famer?
Who?
Your 2-time RUW World Heavyweight Champion, former leader of the Influence, formerly known as the Dark Messiah, the man who has the most talent out of anyone and everyone in Real Undisputed Wrestling, Alexander Kelly.
Is he done yet? You see, ever since I left, this has all been making. I've been making that money. Yeah, yeah. Money.
That's a fake.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
fake dollar bill. That's a fake. Where's the watermark? Where is the watermark on that 100?
You talking about this bad boy right here?
Oh, that is a real 100. Okay, my fault.
You don't know what it's like to make 100 because this is all you can do. Let me do another demonstration.
All right, for those.
Hi, I'm Alexander Kelly, and I am the owner of RUW, and I think I'm the best wrestler on the planet. Oh, I'm John Moxley. I'm so much like John Moxley.
Well, I appreciate you comparing me to not only the Switchblade Jay White, but to John motherfucking Moxley.
You know, so you want to be like John Moxley, right?
Yes.
Moxley
Say that
consists
again.
of.
Say that again.
But you want to know what being Moxley consists of? It's not just about hardcore. You see,
Mhm.
if I said it, you know what I want to say. You know what I want to say.
Why don't you say it? It's open mic night. Nothing is preventing you from saying what you want to say.
You know, I have no respect for you as a businessman, as an owner of any wrestling company, not even as a human being.
Mark, you can think what you want to think because people have been thinking what they want to think about me for the past 4 years.
4 years. It's funny you bring that. 4 years. RUW's been around for 4 years. Nothing's
Yes.
happened.
Well, you want something to happen?
I want to be involved, but sure.
All right. This goes out to anyone and everyone watching. All right. You want to bring up the fact that I have been underutilized and undeserving of everything that I've ever been given in RUW, whether it's people like you, Mark, whether it's the nemesis James Taylor, whether it's Atomic Titan. You want to sit here and say that I am not making an impact, that I don't deserve anything. Mark, shut the hell up. You want to sit here and mention the fact that I haven't deserved or earned anything. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your new RUW World Heavyweight Champion. Maybe it's about time I step into a backyard wrestling company as a man who deserves some respect on his name, Atomic Titan. I deserve more respect than you do. People want to say, "Are you?"
Oh no, okay.
I'm not done yet, Mark. Shut the hell up and be patient. People want to sit here and say that RUW hasn't made an impact really in the 4 years since its existence. Oh, we had one show, and then WEF shut down, so we couldn't have a show. RUW couldn't do shit. And since I'm the owner, I can do whatever the fuck I wanted. And I don't care what people think anymore. I don't care if you're a part of the fucking company. Your new champion. Hashtag Kelly 3-time.
It's almost like I almost cared.
You better care.
Oh, I better care. You know what? I hope you sit there, hopefully as uncomfortably as possible, because I have a lot on to get off my chest.
Then get it off your chest. I don't give a shit.
I want everybody watching to digest this. Since day one, since I joined this company, I've always been overshadowed by a greater force. A greater force. I thought, what am I not doing right? Then I realized there's a certain businessman who thinks he can go to the top in his own company, not giving anybody competition. There's something called recruitment.
Keep going.
So, keep going. You don't want me to keep going because if I keep going and going, I'm gonna say something you're gonna regret letting me go live with you.
Keep going. Keep going.
Bring up. Let's see. What else can I bring up? I got a juicy tale for y'all. Y'all wonder why he went AWOL for what? 2 months, 5 months.
I didn't really have anything to focus on up until the feud between me and James Taylor was ignited. That's when I really had shit to talk about.
And what's going on with that feud now?
James Taylor got fired from RUW. That's what happened.
Exactly. And I want you to tell everybody watching, why did James Taylor get fired?
Well, I don't know if you've been keeping up with the eFed on 2K, but the reason James Taylor got fired is because I issued a challenge for him. James' career wasn't necessarily going the way he wanted in RUW, right? In the eFed. He was feuding with Jackal and he was feuding with me. I whooped his ass in the No Mercy match, no questions asked. He proceeded to enter into a feud with the Madhouse Jackal. And I said, all right, James, listen. RUW Cupid's Havoc is coming up. Okay? I want to make a deal with you. You've been feuding with the Madhouse Jackal. There are 3 new championships being introduced besides the world title. The Hardcore Championship, the United States Championship, and the Internet Championship. I'm going to put you in an extreme rules. Hey, Mark, you might want to catch up with this. You might learn a thing or two about why James Taylor no longer works here in RUW. I issued a challenge and I said, James, you know what? I'm a nice guy. I'll put you in a title match against the Madhouse Jackal, crowning the first ever RUW Hardcore Champion. All right? We're going to crown the first ever RUW Hardcore Champion. However, James, if you lose this match, you're fired from RUW. What proceeded to happen at Havoc? You can go back and rewatch it. James Taylor lost to the Madhouse Jackal, which means a deal is a deal, and James's contract in the RUW eFed no longer exists. So James Taylor's going to go back to PWF, cry me a motherfucking river, and focus on Skippy at Defiance for the world title, while I challenge for the PWF Deathmatch Championship at Defiance.
So let's see. You didn't finish your tale with James Taylor. You didn't finish your storyline with Drake Danger. You finish anything? Like, can you even finish with a girl? Oh wait.
First of all, Mark, that is something we are not going to discuss right now. But what do you mean by that?
You know, like, Shawn Michaels, some.
Well, I'll let it be known, Mark. Unlike you, I'm not a virgin.
I respect you, but you got me there.
Ha! See?
But now, you see, I do this for one. I do this for one person. The Holy Grail above. I'm saving it for marriage.
Okay. I was originally going to, but damn, there are some fine ass women out there. If you get with one of them, your world champion can't resist. See, women out here, they want to be with a man like me. They want to be with someone who has that talent and that caliber. You know, they want to be with a champion, you know?
What do you mean be like you? First of all, like eat a steak or something. Like, you have potential. Like nah. Like, I hate you. Like, you have potential to be one of the swellest dudes, but nah.
Size don't matter, Mark. This proves that. But now that I've put this around my waist and on my shoulders once again, I'm the one that all the women want to be with. A champion. Someone with caliber and talent. You know?
Caliber and talent, you say. Name some talent you got.
I've defeated an Intercontinental Champion. In fact, I've got noticed by TBW not once but twice. Didn't really work out the first time, but Hey, I've been talking to some people in TBW. I've been talking to some people who have connections with TBW.
It's funny you mentioned that. I guess it's about time to make a 2020 con, but to make a huge announcement.
Huge announcement. What's that?
As of last week, February 16th, I signed my first contract with a backyard wrestling company locally.
Oh, really? When shall I expect to see you compete?
Who knows? We could ask you the same exact question because you've been in the business for years and you've had 5 matches. 5.
I've had way more than that. You clearly have not been keeping up with my career.
Nobody keeps up with your career. Nobody in this world gives.
You'll give a shit eventually.
You know what? You know what? You see, to quote the great Dave Meltzer, listen to the Wrestling Observer podcast. The great Dave Meltzer. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, you're leaving. Okay. Is he gone? Is he gone? The camera's still on. Chair's empty. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. You are looking at or listening to your now 3-time Real Undisputed Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, Bad Attitude, Alexander Kelly. Already became a 3-time World Heavyweight Champion in the E-Fed. It's about damn time I become a 3-time RUW World Heavyweight Champion in real life. Because I'm tired of people underutilizing me. I'm tired of people saying I don't deserve this, I don't deserve that. I'm tired of people telling me I don't have the balls to do this or take that. Excuse me. Whether it's the nemesis James Taylor, whether it's the hardcore peasant Atomic Titan, I'm sick and tired of people like that telling me that I haven't earned or deserved anything. I have busted my ass off for nearly 4 years trying to run a damn wrestling company. And I've busted my ass off for nearly 3 years trying to be in a wrestling company that is not RUW. All right? Whether it's you, Atomic Titan, whether it's you, James Taylor, whether it's anyone else out there who wants to doubt me and not appreciate me as the guy, I don't give a damn what you think about me crowning myself as a 3-time RUW World Heavyweight Champion because I'm tired of caring about anyone's opinion anymore. All right? For far too long, I've let people walk over me. And it seems like Mark Jones is gone. It is just me now. For far too long, I have let people walk all over me. I have let people say this and do this. But it's about time that ends. All right? Because, ladies and gentlemen, the next time that I step foot into a backyard wrestling company, whether it's TBW or whether any other backyard wrestling company out there wants me, I will be stepping into that backyard wrestling company as your 3-time RUW World Heavyweight Champion. And I'm the man around here. I'm done dealing with people. I'm done being told this shit and that shit and everything. I'm sick and tired of it. That ends now. And whether anyone watching live on YouTube or listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify want to say something and step up, I dare you. Because I will put you down quicker than you can say I put you down. All it takes is one, go fuck yourself, and it's over. We don't even have to continue. All right. A lot of people say that I don't have a lot of talent. Well, look back at my WEF career. And I think my track record disagrees. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I'm currently tied in my win-loss record in Backyard Wrestling 5-5. I have 5 wins and I have 5 losses. That record is going to be broken once I hit 6 wins and 5 losses. All right. And then from there, when this championship is on my shoulders, matter of fact, when any championship is on my shoulders, I am more determined than Alexander Kelly without a championship. And Alexander Kelly without a championship is already dangerous enough. But now that I've got this on my shoulders and around my waist, there is no stopping me at all, period. Everyone wants to doubt me. That ends now. I am stepping into a Backyard Wrestling company as your RUW World Heavyweight Champion. All right? And you can guarantee I am holding this championship longer than 222 days. And even though currently I go down in history as the longest reigning RUW World Heavyweight Champion at 222 days because of that reign, this championship reign will be longer. Here's why. I am actually determined, not that I wasn't before, I am determined to defend this title against people who have actual talent and people who actually have a track record in Backyard Wrestling. I don't want some joke like Ben Dover. I don't want another joke like El Chapo. I don't want another fucking joke like the Kentucky Mothman. I don't want any of that shit. I want people like Atomic Titan. I want people like James Taylor. I want people like Gage Flair. I want people who have a track record and who people actually fucking know. Because I'm sick of RUW and me both being treated as jokes. That ends now. Whether it's all the white trash pieces of shit in Barberville, whether it's all the alcoholics and heroin addicts in Corbin, whether it's all the sex addicts in London, Kentucky, we're done. I've been doubted way too much. And Mark, if you're still listening, why don't you go do me a favor? Why don't you talk to all the people that you know down there in Texas? Why don't you tell them who the real man of RUW is? And maybe, just maybe, somewhere down the line, if you have the fucking balls to step foot into RUW again, even though you said, oh, this is the last time anyone will ever hear from me in RUW, that just proves you don't have a set, Mark. That proves that you have none. Tat Taylor in the chat. Hello. What is up? How are you doing? Open mic night on the Bad Attitude Sessions. If anyone else wants to join, be my guest. Whether Atomic Titan wants to join, whether anybody else wants to join, I've already proven Mark Jones doesn't hang with the champ. Why? Because he pussied out and he left and he's no longer here. So whether you are watching this live on YouTube or whether you are listening to this post live on Apple Podcast or Spotify, I dare anyone to step up to the champ. I dare anyone to step up to the man who has a hell of a lot of talent compared to anybody and everybody in RUW, because I'm the only one who's really stepped up, and I'm the only one who actually deserves anything. So if anything, I do deserve this. I do deserve to hold the RUW World Heavyweight Championship. Taft Taylor, cut me some slack. I ain't nothing. You know, as I've already mentioned before, and I'm tired of repeating myself, but fuck it, I'll do it again. As I've already mentioned before, people like Atomic Titan, like Mark Jones, have always sat here and doubted me. Well, I'm tired of being doubted. And if anyone wants to prove that I am nothing, which is never going to happen, because I am something. And yeah, maybe I am talking trash now, but I guarantee when I step into the ring with anybody, no matter who the hell it is, when I step into the ring with anybody, it's over. All right? I was trained by one of the best athletes WEF has ever had to offer, a former WEF Macho Man champion, Chris Nitro. I was trained by Chris, and unfortunately, ever since that training session where I busted my fucking ass off, I haven't been utilized in the Backyard Wrestling Company. Well, that changes now, because now that I have this, I think it's almost guaranteed that I'd step into a Backyard Wrestling Company probably within the next month or two, right? Because people will see that I have that talent and that caliber, and I disagree with you. You bet Mark would beat my ass. Not even in your dreams would that happen. Because whether you dream about it at night, whether you fantasize about it in the day, Mark Jones standing over me with this championship wouldn't even look right. All right? Because it's not right. See, everyone wants to sit here and say, oh, you don't deserve this, and anyone you'd ever face could easily beat you. Well, why don't you let me utilize that talent, all right? Why doesn't anyone and everyone, whether they're in TBW or whether they're in FBW or whether they're in any company with any letters that they just pulled out of their ass and came up with, whether they're in any wrestling company, any Backyard Wrestling Company, why don't you let me utilize that talent? Because, you know, I've been doubted way too long, and that can go to the fact that I haven't wrestled in about 2 years. Yeah, I may have a little ring rust, but why don't you let me get into that ring and take that bit of rust off? Because I am Alexander motherfucking Kelly, and now I start showing people why I am called Bad Attitude Alexander fucking Kelly. There's only one thing that I want to say to anybody and everybody who's ever doubted me. Go fuck yourself. That's it. Taft Taylor, I bet I'd whip your ass. Didn't you get fired from RUW? Didn't you lose your hardcore championship match at Cupid's Havoc to the Madhouse Jackal? I beat Demon in record time. And yes, while you can argue that that was 2K and that was EFED and that wasn't real, yes, you do have a point. Okay, why don't you really step into the ring with me? Why don't I really get my name out there by not only going against the Nemesis James Taylor, but defeating the Nemesis James Taylor? That doesn't matter, kid. I'm a free agent. Come to TBW and face me. I'm a free agent too. But why doesn't TBW call me up or email me or text me on Instagram? All right. Why don't they get me to come down to TBW? What? Matter of fact, if Chris Nitro himself is watching, why don't you schedule something with TBW? That way me and you both can go down there. Because, Chris, it's been a little too long since you've been in the ring, too. And, ladies and gentlemen, for those listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify, it says the maximum recording time for segments is 60 minutes. Keep an eye on the clock. So if you're listening to this on Apple Music or Spotify, I'm going to end it here. However, if you are watching live on YouTube, I'm going to keep this going. So for those listening on Apple Music and Spotify, thank you for tuning into this episode of Bad Attitude Sessions Open Mic Sessions. Thank you for tuning in if you did, and I will catch y'all in the next one. For those watching on YouTube, this stream will continue. For those listening elsewhere, deuces. Everyone wants to sit here and say how I'd easily get my ass handed to me if I stepped in any wrestling company. Look, y'all, I get I'm young, but that doesn't mean that I don't have experience in the backyard wrestling industry. I've had my fair share of competition in WEF. You know, we all know how my run with the Influence went. So, yeah, you are a free agent, Nemesis. You want me to come to TBW and face you? Well, why doesn't TBW arrange that? All right. Now, while I get this uploaded to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, you can say whatever you want to say. Oh, you want me? Hang on. You want me to send you an invite? I will in just a second. Just let me publish what I have so far to Apple Podcast and Spotify, and I will send you an invite link. Just give me a minute. You know, it takes a little bit to process. But until I do send you an invite link, why don't you say your shit in the comments? Because Bad Attitude, Alexander Kelly, your 3-time RUW World Heavyweight Champion. Damn, that sounds good. Will shut you down in a heartbeat. Well, why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? Might bring me a buddy to come talk business. Why don't you do that? open mic. I'll take any comment. I'll take any person. Bad Attitude Sessions open mic. I am getting this published. You'll get there, Nemesis. All right. And, you know, if I do appear on SportsWire Radio later this week or, whenever it is, because, Tom Bryson got a busy schedule, you got to set some time aside for your now 3-time RUW World Heavyweight Champion, me. All right. Ow. That hurt. But yes, you want your invite link? Well, you want your invite link so bad, bud. Well, why don't you check your Instagram? Because I'm sending it. I'm sending the link now. Boom. All right. There's your invite link sent to you on Instagram, Nemesis James Taylor. Yes, this is open mic night on the Bad Attitude Sessions. For those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for staying here. Open mic nights are always interesting. So I figured I'd do that on the Bad Attitude Sessions. Whatever anyone has to say, whatever shit anyone wants to spew out of their mouths, no matter who the hell it is. I guess they just forget they're talking to their RUW World Heavyweight Champion. Half the people that I come across, they don't know what's right and what's wrong. I tell you, man. All right, well, guess he's here. Ab Taylor, what is up?
Of course I'm here. Why would I not be here? I was going to come on here and join you. How you doing, kiddo?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Got your little white strap on your shoulder like you're something special. With your little stringy hair, your big-ass forehead. It's all right. You talk tough. I appreciate that. I can appreciate that because you are the king of RUW, and I'm going to put you on blast right here. You are so green. It's pathetic. But you know what? It's because you got heart, you got passion, and I appreciate that too. I can respect that and admire that, Kelly. I'm going to tell you why. See, once, long, long ago, in the long before time, before you were even a thought in anybody else's mind, old Tav Taylor here was getting his feet wet on a trampoline and taking bumps on the ground, throwing right hands, throwing feet, and beating everybody up that I could. So my question to you is, when you get back in the ring, are you going to do some damage, or are you going to sit there and be a softie?
You damn right I'm going to do some damage. I have been ready since last time I have stepped into a ring. Let me train. Let me fight. Of course, I'm going to be a fighter. I'm not just going to sit back and take shit from other people. I'm going to prove that I have what it takes. I'm going to prove exactly why this championship belongs on my shoulders. Of course, I'm going to do damage.
You know what? Let me give you some veteran advice, too. That
I will
championship on his shoulder should matter. All that should matter to Alexander Kelly. If I was you, I'd be beating the door down at TBW, get my ass in there, start training my ass off, and start putting on matches like no tomorrow, and ain't worrying about championship belts. It's not about winning titles. It's about what you're actually doing in the ring. That's what matters. Because if you actually look at my career inside TBW, I haven't held not one championship, but I was 9-0 until I lost to Jay Wild, and now I'm 9-1. Just one man has beaten me so far, but that same man I have beaten myself. I've beaten 9 other poor, sorry excuse for a bastards because I proved myself. Maybe you could do the same thing. Who knows?
Yeah, I could. Maybe I'll enter TBW and my record will be 15-0 before I lose a match.
So now you're being a smartass. I had to smack you upside the head if I was up there in Kentucky. That's what I would do. I'd smack you upside that damn head. If you went to a gym and got in the ring with James Taylor to train you for a whole day, and you went to Taft Taylor's training camp, do you think you'd survive it in just a matter of 2 hours?
Yeah, I think so.
You
Because
say so? Tell me why.
Because no one understands that in the world of backyard wrestling or like wrestling in general, I do have that passion and dedication. No matter what training school that I go to, no matter what you do to me, no matter what you have me do, I'll do it in a heartbeat again and again and again and again because I have that passion and that dedication and that drive that sets me apart from the rest.
Is that right? So
That
so you're willing to be a dummy and take all the punishment that I would give to you? Suplexes, you take a body slam, you take if I wanted to give you an attitude adjustment, you take it.
Yeah, I've taken those moves before.
You'd hit the ropes, you'd run the ropes and take some bumps.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Think you could take a bump on the ground?
Yeah,
You think or you know?
like on solid ground, like grass.
Ground, grass, dirt road, don't matter. Think you can take a bump on the ground?
Yeah.
Have you ever taken a bump on the ground?
No.
Yeah.
I had to think about. I had to remember. I had to remember. Did I have a fight outside?
Alexander Kelly. How bad do you want this?
Very bad. I have been craving this since WWF shut down.
So why don't you take that title off your shoulder and give me a really good explanation on why you deserve to be in this business. Tell the veteran, tell the old man, because everybody likes to joke about it. I don't know if you saw what happened on the podcast with Sportswire last night. I posted the clip on my Instagram. I had a really passionate moment that I needed to share because it didn't get posted from my Instagram live from 3 nights ago. So I said it last night so that way everybody can hear it. I don't know if you heard it or not, but I said it because I meant it. Nobody eats, sleeps, or breathes this business more than me. And anybody else that feels that same passion, I rarely see it. Tell your viewers, tell anybody that might be watching or that's going to be watching in the future, convince us why you know that you deserve to be in this business as much as someone like me or Atomic Titan or Russell Cooper or Anthony Steele or Austin G from ESW or Jack Delta, just to name a few. names like that, what makes Alexander Kelly stand out from the rest?
Well, clearly I stand out far apart from Russell Cooper. He doesn't deserve anything. But you want to know why I match up? No, matter of fact, you want to know why I'm better than guys like Atomic Titan and people like that. You want to know why I'm better? Because I am different. I am what has been missing in the world of backyard wrestling. People with that passion and drive. And James, you are the people of yesteryear. All right. Backyard wrestling is a lot different than it was 20, 30 something years ago, whatever. A new generation has stepped in. I am that new generation. People like me and Atomic Titan and Gage Flair and Chris Nitro, we are the new generation of backyard wrestling, and I stand on the top of it because I am different. All right? I bully people because I like it. I hold championships because I like it. I run people into the ground. I talk shit because I like it. And when people talk shit about me, I don't just take it, I spew it back. James, I am different. I am what has been missing in backyard wrestling. People with that drive and that passion. People who are willing to take as much shit as is offered to them. I'm willing. People think that I'm not willing to take that. But I am. Because I've taken that in my life and I'll take it in the ring. I'm what's missing in backyard wrestling. That is why I deserve to be here.
You're what's missing.
I'm what's missing.
How? Like why how are you is what's missing from backyard? So you're saying when you get into it again and you finally step foot in a ring, you're gonna just transition the whole industry because Alexander Kelly showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I sit here and I watch backyard wrestlers do their thing today. Guys like Atomic Titan, guys like Gage Flair, guys like Russell Cooper. Get that guy out of here.
Point that out. I know in a way kind of how you're feeling when you hear that name or you say something about that name. That's kind of how I feel when I hear the name of Jack Delta. And I've gotten to where I don't care no more. I mean, for like maybe a whole hot minute, I kind of felt that same way. I could care less about the son of a bitch. I could care less about what he does, who he's with, where he's at, where he's going, and what he's accomplished, and all this bullshit. And when I hear the name, it irks me. But I really thought about it recently, and it's just like, you know what? I don't care. I was on an Instagram Live today. I think you saw with Austin G from ESW. And he randomly came in, talked shit, because he's all like, that Austin G was in character. And he was just talking trash to James Taylor. He's like, my matches get millions of views. They don't get millions of views. They get a couple thousand views. It's cool. That's no problem. Everywhere else gets it too. And then Jack Delta decided he wanted to step foot in there and say, yeah, he gets millions of authentic views, not posted WWE clips. LOL. I said, I got you. Okay. So, but anyways, he doesn't do his homework and he don't look at his shit. I don't care. Because if I got somebody that's wanting to talk trash on me, I'm just doing my job right. Why do you think some of the best heels in this business they're the most popular compared to the faces? Because if you're pissing people off and you're getting them talking about you, you're doing something right. So my advice to you is piss people off. Let people like Russell Cooper try to critique you. If he's already trying to critique you, that means he's got his eyes on you. If somebody's trying to critique you, they got their eyes on you. Let them do it. Let them, because that should be your fuel to improve and do better and better.
Exactly, and that's why I hold this, because maybe someone else will just have something else to critique about me. At least you have your eyes on me, and people have their eyes on me now more than ever because I am everything that people are talking about, whether it's in the backyard wrestling industry or simply RUW. Because, like I said, I'm set apart from the rest. All right. I am your RUW World Heavyweight Champion again. And I'm different. So, me holding that championship, I want people to critique me because they'll get shut down in a heartbeat.
I don't follow. I don't follow.
You don't
How would they
follow.
get shut down? Hey,
Go on.
I'm here to try to help you. Because I mean, if I
Mhm.
really wanted to shut you down, I could. If I wanted to break you in half, I could. But we're not. I'm not going to do that. I'm here to try to help you, Kelly.
Mhm.
I'm here to try to help you. I'm
Correct.
giving you this advice. It's not. It's up to you what you want to do. I'm giving you all the advice I can. There's a lot of guys that would kill to have advice like this from somebody like me, and there's a few that have had it. I like to share the ring with people. I like to train. I actually like to train and show people things more than I do to actually perform nowadays. Fun fact. But beside the point, I'm a big time storyteller.
Mhm.
You, I'm just gonna say it. You being the owner of RUW is one thing. You being the owner of RUW and its world champion is another. It's bad image. That's something you don't need heat on. Get people talking about you like this guy won't shut the hell up. Championships don't matter, kid. Not right now. A lot of guys your age, your generation, you should skip the generation. Okay? And let me correct you on one small thing before I get to that point. Gage Flair is around, he's just a few years younger than me. He's actually been doing this about a little bit less than me, but he's been doing it a long time too. Now,
Mhm.
back to my original point. You being the owner is one thing. Being a championships don't mean shit because here's what's going to stand you out from the rest of them. All these other guys that are in all these backyard companies, all they want is look at my titles. Look how many championships I've won. Look at me, I've got the gold. Nobody gives a shit about that.
I
Your
don't think
viewers want to see matchups. They want to see dream matches. They want to see crossovers. They want to see shit like that. A title is one thing for a company, but if you're going to other companies, your title's irrelevant. Your
Mhm.
title, keep the history you got, but what you need to do is if you want to focus your career from here, 2024 and forward, and you want to do this in 2034, you need to bust your ass and quit worrying about your title, quit worrying about how many championships you're winning, and worry about who in the fuck Alexander Kelly really is. Because you've gone through a few, I'm critiquing you, and this is good stuff. You've gone through a few identity crises. You were the demon. You were Alexander
I,
Souls at one
I,
point.
I wasn't the demon. Demon's someone else.
Well, whoever the demon is, you were that. They were them. You were Alexander Souls. You are the bad attitude. Then you got this maybe Joker personality. It don't matter. What you need to do, because I went through many phases myself, you need to figure out who in the hell you are. And how old are you right now?
I am 18.
You're 18.
I'm about to be 19 come August.
22 years ago, I was 18 years old. 22 years ago, I was 18, getting ready to graduate high school. I was wrestling on the ground and had a two trees and a light pole that had garden hose wrapped around it for ropes. And I was taking bumps on the ground trying to make claim and make my name. We didn't have phones like this. We didn't even have the camera flip phone yet. We did not have YouTube. We didn't have the internet as powerful as it is today. We had America Online and shit like that, but it wasn't what it is today. And I had a 1985 freaking huge camera, like the ones they have in WWE, but the older style. And we were
Mhm.
using that to film our matches. And that's why I've got so many tapes back there. I haven't even got them all on my YouTube yet. Working on that. That's another story. But anyways, that's what I was doing 22 years ago. I didn't care about titles. All I cared about was having matches and trying to get better and better and better after every single match. That's if I was Alexander Kelly in 2024 with the technology that you got today, I'd take your cell phone, I'd take your camera phone, whatever you got, and even if they've got their own cameras, I would take mine, go there, place it in one spot in the arena, and get in that ring and start training and watch and record yourself training. When you're done training and you go home for the day, you look at the footage, you study yourself, watch yourself, critique yourself. Okay, I liked how I did that, but I didn't like how I did that. How can I fix that? I'm going to try this next time I go in the ring. And then when you go in the ring, you do it. And you do it until you get to where you want to be. I still critique my own matches to this day. That's how you perfect yourself. That's how you get, well, if you went to college, some people say 7 years, they call it a master's degree or a PhD. I have a PhD in professional wrestling. You need to start working. You just got to college for pro wrestling, so you need to backyard wrestle, whatever it is. You got a lot to learn, and you can do it. You're only 18. You got a long way to go, but you can learn it really, 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 really fast.
Well, I would go to somewhere to train, but the thing is, I've got nowhere to go.
So work your ass off to get away to where you can go. Did you ever get in contact with Nitro?
I did. And he said he'll try to set something up, but he's busy almost like every weekend, so he doesn't know how soon he can set something up. So
We'll say,
yeah,
I mean, it's not a matter of being busy. It's a matter of, like, how bad does he want to go, you know?
exactly. And the thing is, like, one thing that sucks is Chris Nitro told me that he's not really even interested in wanting to wrestle again. But he leaves people like me, you know, people who have that passion and that drive. The man he trained, he leaves people like me out in the shadows and said, "Go find your own work." That's essentially what he's doing.
Well, then what you need to do is work your ass off, get you a job. If you got one, then work your ass off.
I've been trying. I cannot tell you how many places I have applied for in Barberville. Haven't gotten a damn call back, haven't gotten an email. I've applied for, I'd say, about 12 places here in Barberville and haven't gotten shit.
Barberville.
Yes. Barberville, Kentucky.
There you
Fuck that place, by the way.
go.
I hate it here. Somehow worse than Corbin. And if anyone from Corbin is watching this,
well, I live in Northwest Alabama, so
Alabama's probably a lot better than the shithole that is Kentucky.
I don't know. I've heard bad stuff about this place. I'm originally from Texas, but I've lived here for 14, almost 15 years.
I'm about to move to, well, I'm wanting to move to Ohio.
There you go, Ohio.
Yeah.
Well, so other than all that and what I said,
Mm-hmm.
you got any questions for me?
Not currently. So actually, no, I do have a question. Say you were to return to TBW and you were to have a match. You have two options. Say management gives you two options. You can choose to face either me or Atomic Titan. Who are you choosing?
Well, I mean, all right, now I'm going to pick Atomic Titan.
Okay.
No offense to you, because
I get that.
you need some training, and I want to see you put on a really good match. I've seen a lot of his matches. I want to see you put on a good match in TBW, in a TBW arena, in their ring, and then we could talk. Then we could set up a business agreement, have a match, and put on a show.
I'd say the best match that I had so far in my backyard wrestling career is the Intercontinental Championship match that I had with Destroyer back in late 2021.
Well, then you'll probably have to send me the link to that one. I don't think I've seen that one.
It's up here on the RUW YouTube channel, the full match.
Okay. Well, then there you go. Well, Mr. Kelly, it's good talking to you.
Good talking to you.
Well, I'm going to drop out of here.
All right.
Be sure to check out if you get bored. I'll be going live tomorrow with Austin G. So from ESW, he's requested to be on the Nemesis sessions, and we're going to have him on there, and we're going to talk some backyard wrestling on there. So it might be something really interesting to listen to and watch.
All right. Might tune in if I have time.
If you have time.
If I have time. If I'm not busy doing other stuff tomorrow, like going out and going to the store and shit. If I'm not, what time are you planning on going live? Is it after NXT? During it?
7:30 p.m.
Okay. Central time? Okay, so that's what, like 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard?
Yeah, what are you, Eastern time?
All right. Well, I won't be able to join right away because I'll be watching NXT with my mom. So
go for it. No problem. But anyways, I'll talk to you after a while, man.
All right, man. See ya. Thanks for the advice, by the way.
You're welcome.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there were words from the Nemesis James Taylor giving me advice. I appreciate the advice, and I will take that advice. All right. And yes, you said that I don't need championships and championships don't matter. They don't. However, people want to sit here and doubt me and say, oh, you haven't earned this and you haven't earned that. Listen, this goes out to anybody. I have been running Real Undisputed Wrestling for nearly 4 years. All right? And people want to sit here and, oh, I haven't deserved this, I haven't deserved that. Whatever people want to say. So, James, the only reason I hold a championship is, now, yes, as I mentioned, I don't need it. The only reason I hold it is to show people and prove to people that, yes, I do deserve this. And people want to sit here and cry me a river. Oh, you crowned yourself world champion. Yeah. Whatever. And like I said, I don't care what anyone thinks about me crowning myself RUW world champion again. And the Demon and the Soul Taker have been gone for like half a year now. Excuse me, something like that. Maybe it's been longer. If it has been longer, damn. But the Demon and the Soul Taker, they haven't said shit. And I know what the Demon's going to say. How dare you crown yourself RUW World Heavyweight Champion for the 3rd time? You don't deserve it. Everyone's going to say that. And here's the thing. I'll take it. All right? I take criticism. All right? But then I also criticize them right back because they don't know who the fuck they're messing with. So, for anyone and everyone who tuned in, thank you for tuning in if you did. Thank you, or fuck you, to Mark Jones. All right? James Taylor, thanks for the advice. Appreciate it. From a veteran to a rookie, kind of. Appreciate the advice. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join the open mic Bad Attitude sessions. To anyone who watched, thank you for tuning in if you did. For anyone catching this after it has already aired, and you're still with me here, thank you for tuning in if you did. And I will catch y'all in the next one.